Captain Lokov said you're allowed in any of the crew-specific areas. Just don't touch anything, please. Captain Lokov is one of the most easygoing COs I've ever worked under. In fact, he doesn't act much like a captain at all.
This is one of Trident's top-of-the-line vessels.
If you have any little ones aboard, story time with Serena will be held in the ship's library this evening.
The ship's purser can assist you with any matters regarding the security of your items. I'm sorry, but unless you're reporting a security situation, I need to get back to my duties. In the event of a lockdown, remember to return to your cabin in a quiet and orderly fashion.
So, what brings you aboard?
We have a range of excursions available at all our destinations.
The Society Chair has really outdone herself this
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to Admiral Logan sooner rather than later. Admiral Logan's office shouldn't be terribly far. Let's go.
Sorry, I'm busy. Maybe we'll talk another time.
Hello. Are you a member of the Society?
Pleased to make your acquaintance. An open bar would have been nice, but Trident's gouging us for every credit. Quite a lovely Starliner. Donations to the Society can... Is this about that feat? It's for the Society's high rollers. Yes, he's some kind of a top dog over at Galbank. I heard he replaced someone that was caught running. When you join? Not much, other than... The Society was founded about 8... I'm a silver member. I already told you what I know. That's all then? Okay.
If you have any specific requests, please speak to one of the... Please remember to obey all posted safety and mustering instructions.
Here for business or pleasure?
That view is absolutely
Have you
spectacular,
tried the
isn't it?
canapes? Horrid. Larry likes to drop overly complex words into conversations. I'm sure he knows that it annoys people, but he does it anyway. Even if I was offered the award, I wouldn't take it. Can you imagine the security nightmare I'd have to deal with? No, thank you. It's critical that the Society... Well, that was boring.
I certainly hope they decide to hold the considerable amounts of cash that Dombrowski donates is the only reason we allow him to attend Society. All I know is that the award is given to whom? It's a shame that the Earth ended in such a... Enjoy the rest of the event.
So, what brings you aboard?
An open bar would have been... I heard he uses Gal Banks' VIP suite on the Siren of the Stars almost monthly. Sheila Holbrook is chair of the award committee this year. The way she dotes over that glorified trophy, you'd think it was her own child. You don't necessarily have to be wealthy to contribute, though the minimum donation level is 5,000 credits. The society is... Don't forget to donate to the cause. Have you tried the
society
canapes?
chair?
Horrid. Positively horrid.
Let's put it this way. He screwed over so many people. If he suddenly Sheila Holbrook. Donations to this... Nice to have met you.
Here for business or pleasure?
Any complaints about your cruise should be directed to one of the
Hello.
staff.
He's been spending a lot of time with Claudia Swist. Sheila Holbrook is chair of the award. When you join, they send you... Don't forget to donate to the cause.
That view is... He's been spending a lot of time with Claudia Swist. Quality time, if you catch... Sheila Holbrook is chair of the... You don't necessarily have to be... Nice to have met you.
If you don't mind, Admiral Logan's office shouldn't be terribly far. Let's go.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Quite a lovely start. He's been spending a lot of time with Claudia Swist. Sheila Holbrook. Well, that was boring.
If you don't mind, I'd like to... Want to see what I'm carrying? Admiral Logan's office shouldn't be terribly far. Let's go.
If you have any needs, please enter a request into the computer located at the entryway to your cabin.
If you don't mind, Admiral Logan's office shouldn't be terribly far. Let's go. If you don't mind, I'd like to have something for me? Admiral Logan's office shouldn't be terribly far. Let's go. If you don't mind, if you have any gear you want me to haul, I'm happy to help. Glad to haul whatever you... Admiral Logan's office shouldn't be terribly far. Let's go.
These newer vessels more or less run. You're a guest of Captain Rokov, right? Welcome aboard.
There's some heavy security protecting this area, but judging from the fact that this is the life support control, it certainly makes sense.
Between you and me, the best part of my job, there is nothing quite like the view from the Starview Ballroom. It's breathtaking.
If you don't mind, feel free to drop some stuff into my... Admiral Logan's office shouldn't be terribly far. Let's go.
I certainly hope they decide to hold all future society events before the start.
I've done this particular cruise run several times, and I can assure you...
If you wish to have a tea at any of our lounges, be sure to present your cabin pass to have the cost. If you want to dine at Captain Rokov's table during dinner service, it's only an additional 5,000 credits.
Don't forget to keep your Starview pass handy at all times, or you won't have access to the ballroom.
If you're overloaded, we should stop and prioritize what we're carrying.
An open bar would have been nice, but Trident's gouging us for every credit we've got.
Trident must have spent a fortune equipping this ship with triple redundancy in almost every internal system.
Hey, hold up. This area is off limits to passengers.
Quite a lovely Starliner. Nothing but the best for the society.
I think you need to get rid of some of that gear.
The ship's under attack!
Every day that I wake up in my bunk, I count my blessings to have been posted to a ship like the Siren of the Stars.
Captain Rokov is one of the most easygoing CEOs I've ever worked under. In fact, he doesn't...
There's nothing quite like the view from the Starview Ballroom. It's breathtaking.
Between you and me, the best part of my job is getting a crack at all of them.
Sorry, do I know you? Okay, wait, are you seriously... are you trying to pick me up? Look, I appreciate the compliment, but I'm already seeing someone, and my partner... Who? Look, can you just... I can't believe this is happening. I told Larry to keep his big mouth shut, but did he listen? No. He had to impress his friend. Look, I've been in this business for a long time, and I know how this... What's it gonna take to make us... You're not very bright, are you? I'm a grade C3 if that's all you really want. If I give you dirt on that son of a bitch Dombrowski, all I'm doing is endangering myself. Why would I do that? What the hell? Dombrowski has us mixed up with the Crimson Fleet? If you had another way to get the information, you wouldn't be dealing. You'd be demanding. Oh, damn it all to hell. You're one of the authorities? Then I'm already sunk. All right, you've made your point. You know, this whole thing really pisses me off. Larry and I had the perfect scheme where thousands of credits all worked out, and then he goes and flushes the whole thing down the toilet.
If you're angry at anybody, it should be yourself for getting mixed up in this ridiculous scheme in the first place.
Judge me all you want, lady. At this point, if I'm going down, then all I'm focused on is dragging Larry down with me. I didn't know who the hell you were. For all I knew, you were working for Dombrowski. It's called playing it cool. You should try it sometime. I'm not gonna tell you. Let's just say that I'd be sent to prison for a long time if Galbank figured it out. Oh, angry isn't even the right word. The plan was solid. Larry got together with myself and this other guy, Gabriel Vera. He's some bigwig over at UC Security. I doctored the transactions, Larry wiped them off the system, and Vera kept the legal pressure off of us. We were scamming Galbank for months. It was going well until I discovered Larry was cheating everyone by changing each transaction in his favor before deleting them. Oh, I know he was using me. At the same time, he was saying how much he loved me. He was stringing me along and stabbing me in the back. I was going to confront him back on Jemison, but then he invited me on this little trip through the stars. All expenses paid, first-class accommodations, the works. I figured, why not wait until I've milked him for every credit he's spending before I drop the hammer? I wish I had some. Maybe you should try talking to Gabriel Vera. He should be around here somewhere. If he doesn't want to cooperate, just mention my name. That should grab his attention. Good luck. You're gonna need it. What, are you writing a damn novel? Fine. Vera and Dombrowski made sure that all of the crypto manipulation I was... You need top clearance for that kind of access. What do you think is going on? I'm using that gullible idiot to get what I want. If I have to... Let's get one thing straight. Larry Dombrowski's no saint. He deserves...
I don't know. If he's broken the law, he should be punished. But you don't need to stoop to his level just to prove a point.
Stoop to his level? That's impossible. No one in the galaxy could possibly get that. Dombrowski is a piece of human garbage. He'd stab you in the back. The plan's always been to milk the guy for everything he's worth, and then leave him in the dust. Not bad for a lowly Galbank worker drone, right? I wrote a computer algorithm that basically creates a randomized number of false ghost credits. Then the algorithm simply passes the ghost credits to whatever legit. The best part is that I also alter the crypto keys. So, on paper, it appears that all of the bank's transactions are covered, when it's really just our ghosted dummy creds. Gene. What do you think? I'm using that gullible... Let's get one thing straight.
That was a bit insensitive, but my colleague's right. If you're manipulating him...
Where the hell do you get off judging me? You don't know that asshole like I... Dombrowski is a piece of human garbage. The plan's all... Not bad for... What do you think is I'm using that Let's get one thing straight.
I agree completely. We just want you to explain to us what you've been dealing with.
It doesn't matter if you're here to judge me or not, because there's nothing to judge. Dombrowski is a piece of human garbage. The plan's all... Not bad for... I hope you hurt Dombrowski. Nail his ass right to the wall.
On behalf of Trident Luxury Lines, I'd like to welcome you. I'm sorry. It's against Trident policy. I don't want to lose my job. Why should I tell you? I hear you. I'd like to tell you. Believe me. All right, but you didn't hear this from me. Do you understand? I don't want to lose my job. I like Captain Rokov, but I think he's mixed up. I was bringing some paperwork to his quarters one day, and I found a slate with a message. That would normally be fine, but the message mentions the Crimson Fleet. If you want to grab it, the slate should... Oh, absolutely. The safe is magnetically sealed and shielded with multiple layers. In the unlikely event our vessel is boarded and the threat detection alarm is triggered, the safe will be permanent. In the even more unlikely event this ship is destroyed, we can assure you that your loved ones will be able to recover your goods from the wreckage. So, as you can imagine, your property will be completely secure until you decide to retrieve them from our safe. An excellent question. My responsibilities include all of the site. Honestly, I really enjoy the work. Have a safe journey.
Okay, that's it. Time to sell some of your junk.
Please let me know if your voyage is unsatisfactory in any way.
With all the worthy causes and the settled systems, you'd think people wouldn't waste money on these pretentious luxuries.
We're working on having that changed.
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to Admiral Logan sooner. Admiral Logan's office shouldn't be terribly far. Let's go.
Due to an unfortunate accident, we're...
Can you believe the size of this cabin? It's large enough to accommodate a family of 12. God, what a ridiculous waste of space.
For the safety of everyone aboard, please be certain you don't interfere with any of the crew or security members of our vessel.
A Starview pass is required to enter the main ballroom.
behalf of myself and the entire team at Trident Luxury Lines, we wish to thank you for choosing to travel with us. If you wish to have a drink at any of our lounges, be sure to present your cabin pass to have the cost deducted.
Please remain in designated passenger areas at all times. Have a safe journey.
Is this important? I don't have a lot of time for idle nonsense. Yes, I'm extremely busy preparing for the award ceremony. Not at all. I was assured that this particular ship was outfitted with the I am completely confident that Trident Luxury Lines will... Probably in a few days. I don't want the award transfer to actually occur until we're safely in orbit. Of course, if I keep getting in... Yes, I am. Actually, I've been entrusted with the transfer of the award for the last 7 of its 9 years. Why do you ask? During my tenure? Oh, certainly not. There was an unfortunate incident where my predecessor attempted to sell the award to the highest bidder. Needless to say, they'll be spending the rest of their life in a... Well, the Earth Savior Award is one of a kind. The Blue Diamonds alone are irreplaceable. Since we can't produce a new award every year, it's instead passed from one recipient to the next. I supervise the transfer and make certain that there's ample security during... Yes, it's quite marvelous, isn't it? Absolutely priceless. Alas, I'm afraid you'll... It's far too valuable to be left anywhere else except the master's safe located at the purser's office. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have much... I'm sorry, I'm very busy right now. Could you please go away?
Due to an unfortunate accident, we're halting our spacewalk experience for an indeterminate amount of time.
The Society Chair has really outdone herself this time.
That view is absolutely spectacular, isn't it?
Hello. You here for the charity event? Oh, absolutely. I'm a firm believer that attending these types of events tends to absolve one of their sins and cleanse. But something tells me you're not really here to... Dombrowski, he's the exec holding court over in the VIP area of the ballroom. Yeah, sorry, I work for UC Security, not Galbank. I don't really know him personally. To be honest, I'm here to keep an eye on the charity event. It might not be as glamorous an assignment as a colony rescue or taking down some criminals, but anything that keeps the peace is important to me. What is this all about, anyway? You mean specifically? Oh, we monitor all of the major megacorp. You're asking a lot of strange questions. Claudia sent you, did she? Look, friend, I don't know if you're just a little drunk. Maybe it's whatever you think you know about me. You're dead.
You're a liar and an absolute disgrace to the United Colonies.
Worried? Why should I be? Anything you try to report will boil down to your word against mine. And since I work for UC Security, who do you... I told you to stay out of my way. I meant it.
Here for business or pleasure?
The ship's purser can assist you.
If you want to dine at Captain Rokov's table during dinner service, it's only an addition of 5,000 credits.
Glad to have you aboard. Welcome to the purser's office. I've only seen it briefly myself, but I can assure you that unfortunately, the item is locked inside of our safe. Is there anything else Well, if you change your mind, I'll be here. Have a wonderful trip. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to make your stay more comfortable. Please let me know if your voyage is unsatisfactory in any way. Lost in your thoughts? I do that all the time. Don't forget to tell your friends how much you enjoy the cruise.
Pleased to make your
Must you continue these unwelcome interruptions? Excuse me? And why in goodness name would I do something? And why in goodness name would I possibly... Not happening. Okay, I get it. I just need a second to think. I'm glad you understand the position I'm in here. I hope I can trust you. Oh, just take the damn thing already. Listen, maybe you can keep this between us. If the award goes missing, there's no need for the insurance company to get involved.
Any complaints about your cruise should be directed to one of the staff.
Glad to have you aboard. On behalf of Trident, have a safe journey.
This must be where the passengers store their valuables while the siren is underway.
You've already ruined our scheme. What else do you want? Haven't you gotten enough out of me? I hope you hurt Dombrowski. Nail his ass right to the wall.
You're a guest of Captain Rokov, right? Welcome aboard.
These newer vessels more or less run autonomously, which doesn't leave much room to do around them. Every day that I wake up in my bunk, I count my blessings to have been posted to a ship like the Siren of the Stars.
Lisa, can't hear the engines, can you?
This is one of Trident's top-of-the-line vessels.
Trident must have spent a fortune equipping this ship with triple redundancy in almost every internal system.
If you have any specific requests, please speak to one of the crew's attendants.
I
So,
believe
what brings
our
you
business
aboard?
has concluded. Goodbye.
Hello. Are you a member of the society?
Hold up. Hold up. This area is off limits to passengers. Hold up. This area is off limits to passengers. Hold up. This area is off limits to passengers.
I saw your little exchange with Vera. Keep that up and I guarantee that imbecile's gonna demand that you be arrested. Oh, absolutely. He's up the ladder at UC Security. Lots of pull. We have to handle this very delicately. Which is why he's threatening you. That makes sense. We need hard evidence of their scheme. It's gonna be tricky. The problem is he's not gonna talk to you in public. We need to get Vera isolated so he'll spill everything he knows. Maybe. But if something goes wrong and he's able to raise an alarm, we're sunk. With all of these wealthy patrons aboard, the ship is crawling with security. Yeah, that's smart. Kill Vera, or anyone else involved. Besides, No. Smart. If there's an emergency, standard practice is for all passengers to clear the decks and report to their cabins for lockdown. I think the best chance we have would be to tamper with the life support. Manipulate a few controls, and you can fool the monitoring system into thinking. This is one of Trident's premier Starliners. That means it has the best, including a triple redundancy life support system. Luckily for us, it will still trip an emergency, and everyone will have to return to their quarters until I sound the old.
Whatever it takes. He's talking about tampering with the only system keeping everyone on this ship alive.
Don't worry.
Have you tried the canapes? Horrid. Pasta.
I saw your lyrics. Which is why he's threatened. We need heart. The problem is... smart. I think the best... manipulate if you could...
Yes, exactly. We shouldn't go near that system. If anything goes wrong, we could kill everyone aboard.
You don't need to know anything about the system. All you need to do is access the maintenance area and throw some... One more thing. If Chief Engineer Sundin gives you any trouble, tell him I prefer you use that as a last resort, but hey, what's the harm in losing a few credits when I'm on the brink of rejoining the fleet, right? Anyway, I better start packing. Things are getting hot around here, and won't be long before... On the surface, he's an upstanding citizen of the United Colonies, pretty high up in UC security. Underneath, he's a greedy piece of garbage. Come to think of it, if he wasn't such a... All passengers are instructed to immediately report to their... Fortunately for us, all of the passenger cabin doors will... This is normally... There's access to the crew section. Chief Sundin should be there. Once you're go do something useful, okay?
I certainly hope they decide to hold all future
Hold up. Wait a second. You're Captain Rokov's guest, right? Didn't expect. Sorry to give you trouble. Yeah, a little. A few of the techs call this deck the dungeon. I think you can see why. Don't get me wrong. The quiet gives me time to... I'm the Siren's chief engineer. Trident put me in charge of the entire... Of course, this beauty is... Unfortunately, that means there's... Oh, sorry, that area's off limits. No exception. No, sorry, I'm afraid it's impossible. Trident regulations strictly prohibit anyone... Look, I'm not trying to be a jerk here, it's just that... I could lose my job, you know? Oh, really? Tell you what, I'm just going to step... Maybe you can hold this for me while I'm away? Honestly, he's a seasoned ship captain. Only thing is, he's always... Why he decided to be... Tell you what, though, for someone that loves... Yeah, a little. Don't get me wrong. I'm this... Of course, this, unfortunately. Feel free to look around, but don't mess with any of the controls.
Passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
It appears that we've definitely ruined the party. Everyone's gone.
There's no cause for alarm. I'm sure this is just a minor malfunction or a drill.
Our security team would appreciate if you please shelter in your cabin during this emergency. Thank you.
I was wondering if you were the cause of the ship-wide... It's time you stop playing games. Doesn't take a genius to deduce you're the one that's responsible. I locked on to you from the moment you entered the ballroom, and I'd watch you after we spoke. I had a feeling you'd pull a stunt like this.
Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion.
You want me to help you? I help you by handing over evidence? Don't act so surprised. You didn't really think I'd make a deal with Claudio Dombrowski without having a little insurance policy of my own, did you? Huh? If I've learned anything in my years at the corporate fraud division... I don't know where you got that information from, but it lines up with all the troubles I've been having. That means my money's already gone. And Dombrowski's... I'd love to see the bastard fry. But if I give you that information and it falls into the wrong hands, I could... Oh, I've got everything you're gonna need. We're talking a slate loaded with dates, account... It was my little insurance policy. Dombrowski had the authorization to wipe out records on... I let Claudia talk me into that. At least I walk away with something. All right. You have yourself a deal. Here, with this slate and this recording to tie it all together, you'll be able to nail his ass to the wall. He'll do whatever you want. Just remember that you promised to leave me out of it.
All passengers.
Wait a moment. Are you telling me that this scheme is getting so out of hand It also... That's all I need right now. And just because I'm helping you nail Dombrowski, how else am I going to ensure that he ends up behind bars when all this comes... No. You can leave me out of your merry little band. All I can tell you is that there's more than a few people at Mast who find Commander Akande to be a huge pain in the ass. I mean, the UC is aware that the Crimson Fleet is a problem, but it pales in comparison to the issues with the Freestar Collective. Akande's loaded with big-picture ideas, but not a ton of evidence to put them into action. And frankly, it's driving my superiors crazy. Well, since Claudia has been spending time disgustingly close to Dombrowski, I think she's suffered enough. On the other hand, I've got very, very special plans for Larry. I have some friends that can, well, let's just say, that's if you leave him alive, of course. We'll just have... You better tell Dombrowski to run, because if you don't kill him, I will.
This ship is in a state of emergency. Please return to your cabin.
I was wondering if you were the cause. It's time you I always took him for a fool, but I can't believe he's stupid enough. Still, why would I possibly want to incriminate myself by...
The Siren of the Stars is now in emergency status.
I was wondering if you were the It's time you... You're working for Akande's little anti-pirating outfit? So what? I have nothing to do with the Crimson Fleet. And even if I suddenly decided to stay loyal to the old UC, why would I possibly want to incriminate myself? Claudia said that. You sure? Damn it! That means my money's already gone. I'd love to see the bastard. At least I walk away with... Here, with this... Just remember... Wait a moment. Are you telling... Shh. Just because I'm helping you... How else am I gonna... No. I wasn't lying when I said I didn't know anything about your undercover work, if that's what you're trying to imply. All I can tell you is that there's more than a few people at Mast who find Commander... I mean, the UC is aware that the Crimson Fleet is a problem. Akande's loaded with big-picture ideas, but... Well, since Claudia has been spending time to... On the other hand, I've got very... That's... You better tell Dombrowski to run, because if you don't kill him, I will. We don't have much more to say to each other, do we? You got what you want, you better tell Dombrowski to run. Because if you don't kill him, I will.
Why are you bothering to carry all that junk?
Don't let her take the ship!
I don't... huge difference between being prepared and carrying too much. Well, look who decided to rejoin the world.
Haven't you squeezed enough out of me?
May I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency.
All passengers
Please
are being
report
asked
to your
return to
cabins
their
in an
cabins
orderly
at this
fashion
time.
and remain there until you receive further instructions.
All passengers are being asked to return to their cabins at this time.
Well, well. You must be the one who's been accosting Claudia and Gabriel. I'm uncertain what you hope to accomplish here, but it appears... You don't actually believe that I'd venture into such precarious criminal territory without a proper... I'm uncertain why you've become entangled. Au contraire, my misguided friend. There's a bargain that needs to be hammered out, and you will listen. First, it's clear that you've obtained insider knowledge of my arrangement to defraud. And second, I'm going to hypothesize that my compatriots are despondent. Since we're speaking and I'm not at the reporting end of a bullet, this leads me to conclude that you desire something...
And remain there until you receive further
You may as
instructions.
well ask, is it necessary? Forgive me. Sometimes I forget that I have to fraternize. In blunt terms, you have compromising materials about me in your possession. The only thing I have to offer in return are my Galbank credentials. I assume that's what you've been angling for all along?
Oh, do get on with this. There's only so long I can stand being in the presence of this pig.
Well, I'm surprised you even posed that question at all. The answer is quite obvious. The last thing I'd want to do at this point is call attention to myself. Obviously, that wouldn't be my preference. Though, Larry Dombrowski will be mysteriously vanishing after this cruise, and... Oh, it was actually a rather easy deduction to make. It's the only thing of significant value that I still... It appears we've reached an accord. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me simplify that for you. Oh, of course, I trust you'll understand if I ask for us to avoid any... Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to formulate how I'm going to utterly ruin...
If you don't mind,
May I
I'd like to
have your
speak to
attention,
Admiral Logan
please?
sooner rather than later.
The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions. All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions. All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
You got what you wanted, didn't you?
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions. All passengers, may I have your
Well,
attention, please?
I'm uncertain.
The captain has
Excellent,
declared a
excellent.
ship-wide
First,
emergency.
and
Please
second,
report to your cabins
since we're
in an
speaking...
orderly fashion and remain there until you
Forgive me.
receive further
In blunt,
instructions.
I assume that's...
Oh, Dugan.
Oh, it was actually a rather... It's the only thing... It appears we've... Oh, of course I... Now, if you'll...
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to Admiral Logan sooner rather than later.
So? Did it work?
Not yet, but the transaction is in progress as we speak. You should expect your profits from our venture soon. You must be patient.
No way, Larry. This is not what we agreed. You said the money would be in our accounts by the 1st of the month.
Give it a rest. It isn't like we're making regular withdrawals. If things aren't done carefully, it'll trip an audit. Is that what you want?
Of course not. But we're risking our asses here, and we've seen what, maybe 5, 8% tops? We were promised a third of the final figure.
And, as promised, when all is said and done, that's exactly what you'll receive. You must understand we're absconding with an inordinately vast amount of capital from Galbank's coffers. Eventually, the shortfall will be discovered. As Claudia has so eloquently stated, if the transactions aren't siphoned at a reasonable rate, the audit team will be dispatched and our plan ruined. Give it time, my friend. You'll get your share, a third for each of us, as promised.
A third of 500,000 credits. Can't you just taste it? I think I'm gonna head straight for Neon with my share, put myself up at the Hotel Voli, and blow a shitload of money at the Astral Lounge. You'll come with me, won't you, Larry? I don't want to spend all that cash alone.
Of course, my darling. I can't think of a finer way to spend our time together.
Oh, look, I'm gonna lay this all on the line. You have 2 more weeks to make this happen, or we're gonna have a problem. 2 weeks, Dombrowski. That's it.
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to Admiral Logan sooner rather than later.
ship is in a state of emergency. Please return to your cabin immediately. The Siren of the Stars is now in emergency status. Please remain calm and proceed to your cabin.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Don't you have somewhere better to be? From this point forward, I don't think we should be seen communicating. Don't you have somewhere better to be?
For God's sake, drop some of that rubbish already.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Our security team would appreciate if you'd please shelter in your cabin during this emergency. Thank you.
The Siren of the Stars is now in emergency status. Please remain calm and proceed to your cabin.
You again? Because we've already ruined her. I hope you hurt Dombrowski. Nail his ass right to the
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Well, looks like everything worked out. I wish you hadn't blown away the gambling debt at Sandino. But hey, you got...
Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
I'm glad one of us did. I'm just hoping you'll put in a good word for me with Delgado. Otherwise, I've risked my career for nothing. You know, I'm still wondering exactly what you needed those credentials for. I usually have a nose for these things, but whatever the case may be, it's... so he told you to keep it from me. I see. I wouldn't want you to risk your position with the fleet like I did, so... Anyway, I suppose there's nothing stopping me from rejoining the fleet now. It's been a long time. I owe you one, Doverleach. Don't worry, it's not an insult. It's a very old Russian word for comrade. It's what I intend to call you from now on. Don't worry. You'll get what's coming to you. Well, I suppose this is where we part company.
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to Admiral Logan sooner rather than later.
All passengers are being asked to return to their cabins at this time.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabin.
There's no cause for alarm. I'm sure this is just a minor malfunction. This ship is in a state of emergency. Please return to your cabin immediately.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion.
This ship is equipped
and
with 2
remain there
backups and a
until
life
you
support
receive
system.
further instructions.
Everything will be fine. I am a little busy. Can't you see that there's an emergency?
Shit, what emergency? Can't talk right now, sorry.
Life support system. It's going to take a while to get it back online.
Who the hell shut down the life support? Chief Senden is going to be pissed.
Shit, what emergency? Can't talk right now, sorry.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
I need to pack up and get out of here. What is it now?
Carrying enough clutter there, or should we find some more?
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Clear for flight. Switching over to standard engines.
Excuse me. Do you have a minute? I'm a scientist. I could use some help with my research. Hello there. Thank you for responding to my hail. It's been a long time since I had company. I'm Dr. Sola Banglawala from MAST in New Atlantis. I'm performing a geological survey. I flagged you down to see if you might have any rare geological... The tragically tiny staff means it's been slow going. Yes, I am. I've been out here for weeks without anyone to talk to. Most of the pilots I've tried hailing have either... My food and water supplies are fine, but I didn't bring nearly enough books to keep myself busy. After my third time through it, I started using the page. Of course, fair's fair. My research, I could also pay. I can't thank you enough. I'm in the market for lithium, platinum, and vanadium right now. I'm not asking for much. I understand. I'm going to try my luck in another system. You might want to back up a bit. This old Junker's grav drive is a little on the fritz. Sorry this is taking longer than usual. So, do you have any hobbies? If you haven't tried it yet, give origami a shot. Personally, I have quite a rock collection. Maybe I shouldn't have let that slip at the office, huh? That's probably why they sent me on this job instead of some poor grad student. You ever hear the one about the geologist in the music shop? It's a good one. A geologist walks into a the guy looks him up and down and says...
Captain on deck. If you don't mind, I'm dropping off a few Admiral Logan's office shouldn't be terribly far. Let's go.
Hello, Captain. Hello. May I take some things? Let me know if I can be of assistance in the future.
Anything I can help you with? Got anything you need to offload? Trade Authority is always buying. Kiosk.
May I? If there's anything I can do for you, please say the word. By all means.
Greetings, Captain.
mate. Was there something you needed? By all means.
Professional.
Mobilizing. Undocking complete.
You are entering United Colony space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Attention, our scan indicates you have contraband on board. Our scan detected contraband on board. Halt.
Must have been a good...
You are entering
We're still
United
in
Colony
one piece.
space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned.
I will never get tired of that.
Dan acknowledging incoming hail. Docking Bay 1 is free.
Docking cycle complete. We've detached. Let's get out of here. Like a glove.
The UC did a hell of a job piecing this station back together after the Serpent's Crusade rolled through.
Good to see you. Yes, of course.
Hello, Captain.
It's about time. Come on, sleepyhead.
Captain, it is pleasant to see you.
If you're ever in New Atlantis...
How may the trade... I hope we have what you need.
I don't think my messages to SSN...
Was there something you needed? By all means.
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak. I'll only carry the... Admiral Logan's office shouldn't... be terribly far. Let's go.
How can I be of service? Do you require a... Goodbye.
Should I warm up the engines? If you don't mind, I'd be happy to carry a few things. Admiral Logan's office shouldn't be terribly far.
Hi, Captain. Do you require... I am relieved. How can I be of... Return soon.
If you don't mind, bring me anything useful. Admiral Logan's office shouldn't be terribly far. Every time I return here, I'm reminded of the importance of Constellation's contributions to exploration. If you don't mind, let's see what you've got. Admiral Logan's office shouldn't be terribly far. Let's go. You're carrying too many odds and ends. If you don't mind, let's see what you've got. Admiral Logan's office should... terribly far. Let's go.
I have things for you.
Have something you might be interested in.
Captain, greetings.
What's the point?
Of what?
This. Seems some sort of...
My tank sprung a leak. I'm stuck. And the only place close enough to land. Well,
You're not suggesting.
told them in two. Terramorph heavy. So, I sat down, grabbed the highest caliber weapon I've got, and start walking. Boom.
If that actually...
genetic diversity, of course.
Hello. Welcome to the Galbank Archives. May I see your credentials, please? Oh, no. None at all. I'm all alone down here. Well, I guess you're down here too, right? So, that's two. Oh, no. No. All the current records are upstairs in the main facility. This is where... Just one moment while I verify. Oh, yes, Mr. Dombrowski. Welcome, sir. Give me a moment to log your visit, and then I'll unseal the archives. No. No. Hey, look. Please don't mention this to me. No. Look, this is my first day on the job. Everything checks out. Give me a moment. There we go. Have a wonderful...
Got all worked up for nothing. Show me what you've got. You've got nothing. Nothing! Let's do this! And that, my friend, is how we do things, Arnold Jameson.
Trouble looms on scattered farms throughout the Freestar Collective.
If you don't mind, if you have any gifts.
Being targeted by
Admiral Logan's office should...
Gang whose motives are unclear.
Let's go.
Although we have not been able to track down specifics, it's clear that someone is preying on them. The Freestar Ranger said, this matter is under active investigation, and any leads should be reported to them.
Got a call someone's power kept going out. You know what it was? A heat leech as long as my leg.
New Atlantis Security has reported yet another Aurora overdose case. The psychotropic produced in the city of Neon and widely available there is illegal contraband in the United States.
its mission.
The project has to be done this quarter. Our back is against the wall.
Surely you can take a day off.
It's not mandatory,
So much of his
but
employees.
people notice who's
It's
there
inhumane.
and who's not. We nail this, and careers are going to change.
Well, that was fun. Now what?
We're off. Achieving orbit now. I have something for you when you have a moment. Let's put this bird into space. Retros firing. Orbit stabilized.
What are you hailing for? Land in the key or don't.
And we're locked in.
Interesting. Exposed wires here, a little rust there. What a unique way to decorate.
Captain, hello. I am satisfied to see that you...
Do you want to kick back? Avoid the lot.
Next time you see Bob, tell him to lighten up. The guy's got a little attitude problem.
Be sure you have the proper shielding for any smuggling jobs. Some missions require stealing from settlements. Be sure to gear up at the depot if you... We have contacts throughout the settled systems that smuggling require. If you want to make... Speak to Jim. Be seeing you.
You can get work from the boards near the Reckoner's Core. Voss will make sure you get paid.
Start something? Because I'll finish it.
SysDef probably thinks we're a bunch of mindless marauders.
Your buddy Rokov is aboard the Key. Told me everything that happened.
Yeah, he won't shut up about you. Keeps going on and on. Now I Still a lazy old bastard, huh? Can't say I'm surprised.
That's not exactly filling me with confidence, Rook, so I'm going to leave it up to you. It's Rokov. Fair enough. Then he's in.
Seriously? You gonna take this Rook's advice?
This Rook just brought back information that might lead us straight to Kriegs' legacy. So throttle back, Neva. Speaking of which, let me see that data you copied from the Galbank archives. Ah, so the Galbank transport went down over Bannock 4. Bannock. Why does that sound familiar? Neva?
Yeah, keep your panties on. I'm looking it up. And I got it. Bannock 4. Let's see. Damn it. Bannock 4 is an EM-class gas giant. We can't even get a ship near the thing without frying every circuit aboard.
EM-class? Impossible. There isn't a ship in operation that can navigate that type of interference.
Don't know that one, huh? Well, pick up your pencil. There's gonna be a test on this later. EM class means the planet is giving off a ridiculously high amount of electromagnetic radiation. We're talking off the chart. Fly your ship anywhere near one of these death traps? I just said the place is EM class. But hey, if you...
Both of you shut up and think for a second. I'm sure Kriegs hit the same roadblock.
This sounds like a goddamn waste...
That's the spirit, Rook. That is the essence of the Crimson Fleet that is... Neva, the Galbank data says the transport had a CBR-27 transponder. Can we track that kind of thing?
That transponder is military grade. We're talking ultra-bit encryption, constantly reshuffling frequencies. But before you get that pissy look on your face, I heard that the UC's been working on... We grabbed that little beaut.
All right, here is the plan. Rook, I want you and Neva to put your heads together and get us that comm spike. In the meantime, I'm going to find out more about this EM-class gas giant problem. And I think I know just who...
Give me a little time to crunch the numbers on the comms.
We do or we die. That's the way.
Best we can. What are you, 5?
All right, that is enough. We are in Now, both of you, get the hell out of here.
All right.
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to Admiral Logan sooner rather than later.
Those crabs ain't gonna steal themselves. Settled systems on the run someday. All right, let's get right to it. Did you get the Earth? Well, that's because, you see, everyone above you in the fleet is making more than you are off the same gig. That's why we're all fighting our way to the top. Understood? Good. Now, you might want to hand over that award before I have you tossed off the key. Just a thought. Hey, we're talking here.
First of all, this is my section of the key. And second of all, I know all about that award and your deal with Neva. Just throttle down and give her the...
Well, look at that. You followed my directions, and now... Of course, it would have been more money if you hadn't blabbed about the damn thing to roll call. Anyway, here's your cash. All right, Fleet? We've all got work to do, so let's get to it.
Anything ship-related, you're at the right place.
The fleet protects our own, but you turn against us, and you're
What kind of name is Sys-Def anyway?
Hello.
Just isn't the same as the real thing.
Incomplete, Captain.
Plenty of marks to go around. It's a good time to be a pirate. Always looking for the next target.
I have things for you.
Ah, Captain. Congratulations on joining the ranks of the Vanguard.
Sarah Morgan. It's been what, almost 10 years?
Admiral, it's, good to see you again, sir.
You're not required to address me as sir. That protocol ended the moment you dropped your clusters on my desk, remember?
Look, Admiral, I'm not here to open old wounds.
Old wounds is an interesting turn of phrase, given our past. Listen to me, Commander. I'm not sure why you're here, but whatever it is, why don't you just get to it?
I'm here because I need your help, Admiral.
You need my help. That's interesting. The last time we spoke, you made it quite clear that you were turning your back on the Navy.
That was a decade ago. Things change. People change. Admiral, please. I didn't come here to argue. I'm here to come to terms with my past.
Your past is sitting in a closed file in the archives. That's where you left it when you walked out on the United Colonies. And what about you? Just who in the blazes are you anyway? Very well. Then, as a good friend, perhaps you could kindly explain to me why I shouldn't have the both of you escorted from the building.
With all due respect, Admiral, this is ridiculous. If you have a problem with me, then there's no need to berate my colleague.
I don't have a problem with you, Commander. I'm simply trying to determine why you deserve the Navy's help. That's quite a noble gesture. Is this true, Commander?
It's about Cassiopeia, Admiral. I'm heading back there to find out what happened to the crew of the Dauntless, and hopefully, to bring their legacy home.
That sounds like a dangerous operation. Are you certain it's worth the risk?
I don't know.
I understand. Mental scars left by war rarely heal quickly, if ever at all. I sympathize with your struggle, Commander.
I want to put an end to the sleepless nights, the nightmares, waking up in cold sweat. It's been difficult, Admiral.
I understand. And I believe I owe you an apology, Commander. Our last encounter has obviously distorted my impression of your character. What can I do to help?
If you wouldn't mind allowing me to access the files regarding my rescue, I'd be most grateful, Admiral.
That shouldn't be too difficult. I've sent all the relevant information to you, Slades. Was there anything else?
No, Admiral. Thank you.
You don't need to thank me, Commander. I just hope you find whatever it is you're looking for. You know, sometimes I feel a bit guilty, sitting behind a desk, deciding the fate of others. During the Colony War, I would have described her as a natural-born leader. Efficient, unwavering, motivational, ideal officer material. But after the incident on Cassiopeia, Commander Morgan changed. She became unsure of herself, so she was assigned to the Navigator Corps. But it wasn't really a punishment. After all, it was obvious she was yearning for an exploratory position, and we mutually agreed the move would be beneficial. I truly felt sorry for her when the cabinet pulled the plug on her division. And I wasn't surprised when she resigned from the service the very next day. Despite all that, if you ask me how I feel about Commander Morgan today, all I can say is that Constellation is fortunate to have her as their leader. I'll answer whatever I can, but please understand that was a military event. Unfortunately, I can't, according to its flight recorder. Considering this was one of... If memory serves, a total of 11 personnel escaped the destruction of the vessel. That class of ship was... I hope you aren't attempting to insinuate something, but no, I wasn't in charge of... That honor fell to fleet. I'm afraid I don't have a good answer for that. We were at the height of the war. It was purely due to blind. Certainly. I want to do everything I...
Yes, what?
After you, Captain.
Engines firing. Here we go. Orbital pattern locked in. So we must be in the right place.
Hello, Captain. We pose no threat here. Quite the opposite. Our ship... I'm making another run out of New Atlantis, taking to get closer to God and... We grav jumped to a few different systems. We're seeing so many more... Space travel is dangerous, whether it's respect for our... Have you ever felt something? I've jumped dozens of times, but I'll keep jumping. Your heart is open. It was a pleasure to... But I hope God will...
Navigational feedback checks out. We're in the right place.
Hey, over here. Could you please spare a ship part? Our rookie here may have sideswiped an asteroid. I had a good feeling about you. Oh no. What?
Gear looks green. Ready to land.
Should be plenty of organic materials to harvest from this world. Picked up something you might be interested in. Rise and shine. We've got things to do.
How can I be of service, Captain?
I can't believe I'm here. It feels like walking into a dream. Oh, it's been nearly 20 years, but strangely, this place looks exactly the same as I remember it. I'm okay. It's just... Phew. Okay, so... Yes, this is correct. Those rocks... I will. I promise. Once... Let's go. This planet hasn't changed a bit. Not at all. You can... After my rescue, the brass evaluated my... When I pressed them on it, they told me it was wartime and all of the escape shuttles from... I'm hoping to... I'm anxious to find my old crash site. Come on. Well, this is it. This is the spot where... Not exactly, I'm surprised you've never heard of the place. It's a resort. Maybe we should head out there after we're done. I never said... When my ship hard landed on the surface, it broke apart. When they finally rescued me, the UC medics said I had 3 broken ribs, shattered my ulna, and had internal organ damage. Yeah? Well, inside I'm a shattered wreck. So, joke's on both of us, I suppose. Look at this thing. I think we need to grab an emergency power cell to get the ship's computer. No, I'm afraid that it can't. It's only... Even if it could, my old shuttle is... Sure, we have plenty of power cells on the ship, but I'm afraid we'll have to do... Cute. When I was stranded, I set up a distress beacon powered. The beacon was up there.